Okay, Sandeep, since you are willing to pass the other project, so I'm giving you a new project. This one is actually a very simple micro project. Basically, the purpose is to test your coding skill, how well you can understand specification and instruction. All right, because my main concern is not your technical skill and competence. That I'm very sure every developer on the freelancer.com can have that kind of skill and knowledge. So that is the thing I least worry about. So what I'm worried about is when you are careless. I'm not accusing you, I'm saying when a developer get careless, don't read specs carefully, try to be hasty, and then get everything screwed up, then that will lead to a frustrating working relationship between you and me. Alright, so I'm giving you a little bit of a pilot project just to test your temperament and your character, whether you're suitable to do coding for me. Okay, without much ado, I would want to get straight to the point. I have a CRM system which I will give you the development site if you are interested, together with the credentials for you to go in. Alright, this is a cloud-based application. Now, my design is modular. Alright, right now my system configuration is a system manager which is shared by all the application module. Alright, it is a system manager is like the core module with master files and combo table, which is shared by every application module. Alright, so I don't think I need to describe more. If you want to know more, I suggest you take the initiative to check it out yourself. Now, the second thing I want to tell you is that we already have some application module. Alright, if you go to my dashboard, you can see all the options there. Okay, so we have quotation, we have got invoice, receipt, statement of account, we have got purchases, stocks, ARAP, and so on. Okay, let's move on to what I want you to do. I want you to create a new application which I want to call project management. Alright, project management. Now, inside this project management folder, basically there are two databases. One I would call backlog table. The other one I would call sprint table. Alright, so let me tell you the file structure of sprint. If you take a look at this spreadsheet which I'm showing you now, you can see that there is a ticket reference number. That's the first data field, followed by the task description, followed by the start date, the end date, who is in charge. Now, I must say that I want to add one more column after who is in charge is who is the customer. Alright, so who is in charge will pull from my system manager. There is a master file called salesperson, so that is the salesperson in charge. And then who is the customer will pull from my customer table at system manager. So I want one more column for customer, that's all. So okay, new deadline, yes or no? I will explain this a little bit more. Alright, when I explain the functional button, I will tell you there is going to be a functional button later on when you do the listing for all the sprints record. under this confirm sprint listing, this is the page where you can see all the records, and there will be colored buttons. One of the colored button is revise deadline. When the user click on revise deadline, then the user will be prompted to key in a new date representing the new deadline. At that point, then the status flag will be of this record or this project will be changed to revise, okay, or R. All right. Now, and then when it's changed to R, then we will know that this record is a revised deadline. All right, has a revised deadline. Originally, when we key in this record, it represents a new job. All right, a new task, a new job, and the status flag will originally just be C, and when it is revised, it becomes R. Now, revise is a button that is found in the listing, which will become clearer to you at a later point. Now, in the Sprints record listing, actually there are many buttons. There is a delete button for us to delete away the record. There is a revise button for us to change it to revise status and input the new revise date. There is also a completed button, and when the user push on completed button, we would then capture the system date and time, so that we will insert another column or another 2 more data field for completed date and completed time as per system date and time. Okay, this is to give you a very quick idea, that's all. Okay, I'm now alighting the taxi, so I will continue with my specification shortly. Of course, there is also a comments button or remark button. So when I want to edit this record, I can call out the record and I can access all the data field of the sprint record, and then I can key in any remark up to 250 characters. So it's just a short text. So this is more or less the structure of the sprints table. Beside the sprints table, I have another database which is called backlog table. For backlog table, for sprint table, we have the flag C by default when a new record is created, D for deleted record, R for revised record, and then F for completed or finished job or project. Okay, now the backlog table is more or less similar in structure to the sprint table, except that the start date and the end date column can be removed. The who column is still there. The comments column is still there. The new deadline is not necessary. So it's a more simplified table. It's a subset actually, where I can have the the backlog reference. I can have the backlog description. I can know who is going to be assigned to do this backlog, and then a comment or remark field. So the backlog file structure is a reduced or a scaled down version, a subset of the sprint table. So now that we have defined the two databases, I will try to give you an idea of the input form. I'm not going to spoon feed you. I'm so sorry. I just got to make myself very clear. I'm not going to spoon feed you, so then don't turn around and tell me, but Mr. David, you showed me your input form and you tell me it's like that. No. Don't quote me. As I said, I'm just going to show you my input form to input into a different database with a different file structure. So naturally, I can't have you following exactly what I have done. Okay, I think this is just pure common sense, but I'm just being extra cautious because there are a lot of developers who want to take shortcut, and then they hardly modify the things I show them, and then they tell me, oh, but Mr. David, you told us to do it this way. Come on. If you tell us, you show us the sample and you tell us to do it this way and we have done it this way, what are you complaining? So I think these are what I call dishonest developer without professional integrity. Now, just to avoid misunderstanding with you on such issues, I'm going to show you what my input form looks like, and I expect it to be streamlined. I expect it to be modified in a sensible way so that the user don't get confused. All right, because I'm just showing you the basically what our input form looks like, how I would like it to work, what are some of the features you can apply, but I'm not telling you this is what I want. All right, I want something similar but not the same. So I like to put a caveat here that I leave it to you to design your own input form, apply your features and function by your own design, so long as it is consistent with what I'm doing, because it is going to be part of my CRM system. It's going to be an add-on module for project management. So I don't want to confuse the user with a totally different style and design. I want you to take the initiative to give me as close to what I have, as close to what I have shown you, without making a mockery out of the input screen. So I think I made myself clear enough. So we have now to talk about the report. The report will come by way of listings, which I'm going to explain to you in more detail. All right. So if you go to my CRM system, you choose any of the application module, like for instance, quotation module. All right. Then you can see from there how we create a record, how we assign a number. All right. A reference number to each quotation. So you have to assign a sprint reference number to each record. So for your case, actually your sprint number can just be based on the year, month, day, plus that will be the system date plus that will be the prefix plus a suffix which is 0000 1 00001. What we mean by 00001 is that we want it to be like 20180718. That will be the prefix, then followed by a dot 00001, and then this dot 00001 is actually a numeric incremental which will automatically increase by 1. Alright, so the prefix is just based on the system date, year, month, day, and listen carefully, the document reference, or rather the job reference, is actually, the sprint reference is actually a string comprising 2 components. The year, month, day, dot 00001. Okay, do not suppress the 0. The next record generated will be based on the prefix of the system date, year, month, day, dot 00002. And then the prefix part will just keep running in increment of 1. Okay, that is the suffix component, just keep running in incremental of 1, so that by looking at the suffix part, we know exactly how many sprint records has been created. Alright, and to tell which day this sprint record was created, we know exactly by the prefix, which is year, month, day. We want to keep it that simple. So from the sprint reference, which is comprising a string, prefix plus suffix, we then know how many jobs we have done up to the last point, and also what is the date that sprint record was created. So the sprint listing will be as follows. Listing all record by defined period, or all backlog record by defined period. That means users state a period by the start date and end date, and the system will filter to this date range and print all the record. And then we have sprint record by who, that means by which staff. So who is the salesperson in charge? It will set the filter to that particular salesperson. Alright, it could be Michael. Okay, so it will be based on the salesperson ID or the code. Not really the ID, the salesperson code, which is different from the ID used by the system. I'm talking about the salesperson code. We can select from a drop down which should show us the salesperson name and code. Alright, so all the other listings are there. If you are not sure, you can clarify with me. The other listing is completed sprint records. That means those we will mark status as F. Revision history by ticket. That means when I give a ticket number, I can see all the record sorted in chronological order. Listing of all uncompleted ticket. That means those with a flag C. And listing of uncompleted ticket by salesperson. Okay, that's about the idea. So can you do this add-on module in 3 days, 3 to 4 days? Alright, I will give you 15 hours. I will pay you for 15 man hours of work on this one. Alright, and if you deliver on time within deadline, you get another $50 bonus. But for every day delay, you get deducted US $5. So the bonus is $50 for meeting deadline, and the penalty is $5 per day of delay.